Ready? Play.
Coco Gauff wins. She is through to the quarterfinal for the second successive year, bringing the dream return for Caroline Wozniacki to an end. A lovely embrace at the net. But Coco Gauff is into her second successive US Open quarterfinal. She punches the air. She waves to the crowd. We will listen to her on-court interview. I will share that with you as well. I will share it with you right now. And I'm really pleased to tell you that I think Owen from Popcorn Tennis, the godfather of talking tennis as well, is going to join us to share his thoughts on this match. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to... you've been to the French Open final. Your breakthrough, at least standout result at the beginning of your career, was on grass against Venus. You've been very solid on the hard courts. Is there a slam in particular that you go, I think that's, if I'm going to get one, the first one might come here, there, or where?
Well, I don't know. I mean, everyone, I'm like, I think this is the first one, so I don't know. I mean, obviously now going to the French, I do have a lot of confidence on the surface, but I'm not really thinking about that. I feel like, in the past I was, and it gave me some, like, defeats that I feel like.
Ready? Play.
Novak Djokovic meets Taylor Fritz in the quarterfinals at the US Open. It is the 8th meeting between the two top 10 players, with Djokovic prevailing on each of the other previous 7 occasions. Their most recent meeting came in Cincinnati, with the soon-to-be world number 1 dropping just 4 games en route to victory. In New York, Djokovic is pursuing a 24th Grand Slam title and his 4th US Open title overall, while Taylor Fritz is aiming for his first major semi-final. Djokovic has beaten Alexandra Muller, Bernabe, Zapata, Morales, Lesloger, and Borna Goyo so far in New York, dropping 2 sets en route, both of which came to Lesloger. Fritz, meanwhile, has yet to drop a set in the Big Apple, racing past Steve Johnson, Juan Pablo Varillas, and Jakub Mensik before overcoming Dominik Stricker. Fritz is now into the final 8 at the US Open for the first time. In 7 previous appearances in the main draw at Flushing Meadows, the top-ranked American had never reached the 4th round, let alone the quarters. On his 8th try, Fritz would not be denied, beating Dominik Stricker 7-6, 6-4, 6-4. Novak Djokovic defeated Croatian qualifier Borna Goyo in the 4th round of the US Open, 6-2, 7-5, 6-4 for his 85th career win at the last Grand Slam tournament of the year. In doing so, he now becomes the only player with 85 or more wins at each of the Grand Slams on tour. His record in Australia is 89-8. At Roland Garros in Paris, it's 92-16, where he's lost more matches than he has at the other 3 slams. At Wimbledon, he's 92-11, and at the US Open, he's 85-13. The Fritz Djokovic quarter-final will be second on Ash. It will be in the afternoon and possibly baking temperatures, perhaps favouring Fritz slightly more. However, I still expect the 36-year-old to prevail, possibly in 4 sets. Coco Gauff wins. She is through to the quarterfinal for the second successive year, bringing the dream return for Caroline Wozniacki to an end. A lovely embrace at the net. But Coco Gauff is into her second successive US Open quarterfinal. She punches the air. She waves to the crowd. We will listen to her on-court interview. I will share that with you as well. I will share it with you right now. And I'm really pleased to tell you that I think Owen from Popcorn Tennis, the godfather of talking tennis as well, is going to join us to share his thoughts on this match. I'm just going to email him now. Cool. So, before we hear from Owen, I think we'll probably get to hear from Coco, her thoughts on this particular encounter. Of course, she's now into her, as I say, second US Open in a row in the quarterfinals. What a difference a couple of months makes after her early exit at Wimbledon. Here we go. Here's her on-court interview. As they wait for the crowd to quieten down, Mary Jo Fernandez with the microphone.
Coco, congratulations. That was a tough match for you. You're back in the quarterfinals.
Back in the quarterfinals.
What did you think the turning point was?
What was the turning point?
Definitely that 2-1, getting it to 2-1 was the
Definitely getting to 2-1. Hopefully you can hear all this anyway.
I showed that I was still in the match after breaking back, and I started to, go for my shots. I was still being aggressive. I think I made some mistakes in the first, in the second. But Caroline, she's back, and it's like she's never left. And the level that she's played today is really amazing, and she's been an inspiration for me growing up. I don't know, it's a little bit weird because I grew up watching Caroline. I remember watching her win Australian Open, and when everybody, was
Hey,
saying,
John, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you, Owen?
Good. Sorry, it's been a little bit. Things have been pretty crazy for me.
Yeah, don't worry. I know you've been flying around from continent to continent. You're in North America right now, right?
I am in North America, yes.
Cool. I tend to err on the North America side. I'm pretty sure you're in the US rather than Canada. But if I meet random people, I do sort of try to train my brain to just say North America on the off chance they might be from Canada or in Canada or whatever. Listen, what did you make of Coco and that win tonight?
I thought it was great. I mean, so my main takeaway from the match, and I'm kind of still thinking about this, is I never thought she was going to lose, even when she was down a break early in the third set. I just wasn't worried for her at all because I had the sense that she was the better player. And not only really because of her shots, but she just seemed much more poised the whole match. I mean, you saw Wozniacki getting a little frustrated about the lights not being on. And I think that, and it wasn't that Gauff wasn't frustrated, but I think she was able to channel her frustration into her shots. You saw when she was down that break in the third set, Brad Gilbert was like, put more shape on your shots. And immediately she hits like she hits 2 massive backhand winners immediately.
Okay.
I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah. What do you think about this narrative with Brad Gilbert? I mean, it's easy to build. And it's easy to see in a way that he arrives after Wimbledon And that was a real low for Coco in many ways, for someone who's building towards winning a Grand Slam, potentially to go out in the first round to Kenin as she did there. Anyway, he comes along. She's won 2 out of her last 3 tournaments. You know, one week she's having the best week of her career, and then 2 weeks later she's having another best week of her career. What do you think of the influence of Brad, and are we getting carried away with that?
Well, I'm sure he's helped. I mean, and I think his reputation speaks for itself. Like, I think Agassi won, like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 of his 8 majors when he was with Gilbert. But I also think the effect is being exaggerated a little bit. I mean, Coco is still the player. Like, I think everyone watching that match was probably... I mean, Gilbert, like, shouting the same thing from the box after every point was pretty annoying, right? And it wasn't like he was giving some, like, revelatory advice. He was saying, like, the same thing after every point, and Gauff was just doing her thing. And it wasn't really that related. Like I said, he told her to play with more margin, and she hit flatter and went for winners, and it worked. So I think, like, yeah, like, I'm sure he's doing good things with her game. There's no doubt the forehand's improved, but look, if the coach deserves credit, like, the player deserves more credit. I think that's the rule I would go by.
Yeah, definitely in tennis. And what about Coco? Who have you tipped to win the women's tournament, by the way?
I think Sabalenka is going to win.
I have Sabalenka too. Is that draw influenced, or did you pretty much think that beforehand as well?
No, I've been thinking that since the start of the tournament, and before that. I think, so going in, I thought a handful of players had a chance to win. You have Swiatek, Sabalenka, Rybakina, who's now out, and then I think Jabeur and Gauff as well.
Jabeur, you have Jabeur in your sort of potential winners.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she hasn't looked great this tournament, but look, she made the final of the last major. She made the final of this tournament last year. And at Wimbledon, she beat Sabalenka and Rybakina back-to-back. So I don't think there's anyone she can't beat, except maybe Swiatek, because that's been a pretty difficult matchup. Yeah, I think Jabeur could take it. I think she will win? No, but I think she's in that first tier.
Okay. And what about Wozniacki today? Her return to the sport, has it exceeded your expectations? And what about her performance tonight?
And she's at a great tournament, right? I mean, she came back from retirement. She retired in early 2020, right?
Quite some time ago. Yeah, exactly. Australian Open, I think, was her last one in 2020.
Yeah, I think her last
match
was
COVID was, or as COVID was we sort of maybe just heard of COVID. Oh, there's this mysterious illness that's emerging. And that's when she retired.
It's been a fun 3 years, hasn't it? But yeah,
tennis, it's so funny how arguably tennis was the sport most in the spotlight during this time for obvious reasons regarding Novak, but even just mice in hotels and YouTube videos posted of people in Australia, of all sorts of things. I know football was affected, of course, and other big sports, but for one reason or another, tennis seemed to get propelled to the news quickly there. But yeah, so sorry, Wozniacki.
Yeah, I mean, so it's been 3.5 years since she played. I mean, 4th round of the U.S. Open, that's amazing. I think today she just lost to a better player. And I think she's, I mean, she's not, is she as good as she was when she was number 1 in the world? No. But I think most of those ingredients are still there. She's still a phenomenal defender. I mean, you saw some of the gets she makes.
Yeah.
The forehand is still not great. The backhand is amazing. Like, it's, same type of player. I think it's, she's naturally a little diminished from what she was at her peak, but I thought she accounted pretty well for herself today. I mean, lost the last 6 games of the match. I'm sure she'll be frustrated about that, but she put herself in a position to win against, the Cincinnati champion and a contender to win this tournament. So I think she is nothing to be upset about.
Before we wrap things up, Owen, I'm going to just take us forward now to the other women's big match for me today, stroke tonight, which is Ostapenko against Swiatek. Where will that be won and lost, do you think?
Oof.
I mean, for me, it's. I mean, of all the players that Swiatek can come up against, Ostapenko is one of those that you could say is still on her, almost on almost on Ostapenko's racket, which is very rare. I mean, of course, we would think about Sabalenka and to some extent Rybakina as well, and perhaps Jabeur, especially on the right surface. But for somebody else that's a little bit lower down the rankings, not far down, but outside the top 10, it's Ostapenko's name that you would just see as being okay. I mean, Swiatek's run, let's remind ourselves, potentially, bit of tennis to be played before, but is Ostapenko, Coco Gauff, Karolina Muchova, Sabalenka.
Doesn't sound fun, does it?
doesn't know. I mean, it sounds really tough, even for the world number one. For how much longer, I don't know. And obviously the reigning US Open champion. But yeah, I there's a lot of people excited about this match tonight. I just hope it does live up to those expectations.
Yeah, and I think to answer your question, I think this match is going to be won or lost in the big moments, but in terms of like, what's Ostapenko going to look like in the big moments? We know Swiatek is going to be pretty steady, and we know that the result of most of the points is going to depend on Ostapenko's accuracy, right? Like, unless Swiatek goes out there with some like revolutionary tactic and somehow like bum rushes Ostapenko and takes all her time away, like any match Ostapenko plays is going to be on her racket, right? Because she hits so damn hard. So I think like, but you know, she also has a tendency to be wild. So if she's wild, Swiatek is going to win. If she's exceptionally accurate and Swiatek never really gets going, then Ostapenko has a shot.
Yep. I agree. Lot to look forward to there anyway. Oh, and it's been great. It was great just to have you on this for this sort of 5 or 10 minute section afterwards. And I hope that our paths will cross again soon and we can both enjoy the rest of the tournament. Take care, Owen.
Yeah, thanks. Let's do it again soon. It's been too long.
Oh, and just one more thing. I have just shared, and I'll share it one more time on the screen at least, is the fact that there's your Twitter account and the potential you're teasing us with a potential piece on this Coco Gauff match and how, as you said to us as well, how you didn't doubt that she would go on to win this match. And I think I know what you mean. I mean, the early break at the beginning, the early break in the third, she soon rested. The problem with the second set, as we so often see in tennis, she kind of lost it without even, it sort of just happened in the blink of an eye. You know, Wozniacki wins 2 games in a row and it's like, oh, there was no...
Ready. Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. I'm tuning in from Germany. Let me know where you are in the world. Ostapenko is serving, and she seals the first point. Very good to see Anastasia in the chat and Ghosty as well. I'll be playing Anastasia's look back on yesterday's play very shortly. If I look a little bit flustered, yes, I've been very busy today. I had to go to the dentist, so I might be sounding a little bit different, at least for the beginning of the stream. What else have I been doing? Grabbing things. When I say grabbing things, you know, legally, I haven't been just like stealing. Picking up this smoothie, for example. What else have I been doing? I did a bit of sleep as well this morning and went for a run and a shower, you'll be pleased to know. So I'm more or less fresh, but I am fresh out of the shower. So therefore, I may look a little bit on the flustered side. Like I said, I will be playing Anastasia's review of yesterday. Make sure as well you check out plenty of other videos that have been coming thick and fast over the last 24 hours from Talking Tennis and plenty more to come. Ostapenko is already under a little bit of pressure on her serve. It's 15-30 and a second serve. And there's my reminder to hit the like button. Anyway, we're into the rally here. We're on the backhand. That's a nice backhand from Ostapenko, but it hasn't got enough purchase on it to win the point outright. She's up in the rally, mind you, but now she dumps a forehand into the net, and it's 15-40. In the Ostapenko match against Iga, it was Ostapenko who struck first with the early break. However, is it going to be Coco who's going to be doing the same to the Latvian right now? First serve down the middle, and then now on the forehand is the backhand of Ostapenko, and it's into the net. We've got the break. We are already at 1-love. So, while we have a quick change of ends, let's listen to Coco talking to Talking Tennis earlier on this year about her Grand Slam chances. You've been to the French Open final. Your breakthrough, at least standout result at the beginning of your career was on grass against Venus. You've been very solid on the hard courts. Is there a slam in particular that you go, I think that's, if I'm going to get one, the first one might come here, there, or where?
Well, I don't know. I mean, everyone, I'm like, I think this is the first one. So I don't know. I mean, obviously now going to the French, I do have a lot of confidence on this surface, but I'm not really thinking about that. I feel like, in the past I was, and it gave me some like defeats that I feel like I shouldn't have lost, maybe more so my head. So going in now, I mean, I feel like, everyone could be the one, but I think I have to just take it a match at a time and just feel it out and enjoy it. I think when you focus too much on the destination, you don't enjoy the journey there. So now I want to focus more on the journey, and if the destination gets there, that's great.
There we go. Do we think that the US Open will be the breakthrough in terms of actually winning her first Grand Slam? Well, in terms of today's match, most people in the chat, at least, have been voting for Ostapenko, 67% in favor of the Latvian over the American teenager. And by the way, Coco is the first American teenager since 99 and the year 2000 to do back-to-back Grand Slam quarterfinals, or US Open quarterfinals, I should probably say. Okay, we're into the exchange here. Coco Gauff has won the first point. And now we're on the forehand of a Jelena, and that's a good winner. Good winner, Jelena. Plenty of tennis to go yet. I love this prediction from Ostapenko in 4. Knowing Jelena, she may well ask, if she does go, say, 2-1 or 2-love down, she may well say, oh, thought we were playing best of 5 today. Good luck with that one, Jelena. Okay, backhand return is a little wayward as she turns to her team and shrugs in only the way that Jelena can. Okay. Baking sunshine. Of course, we will be bringing you Taylor Fritz against Novak Djokovic later on today as well. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our live coverage today. Forehand return from Jelena. That second serve was a bit tame from Coco, but she's fighting and staying in the point, and Jelena gives her a gift on the backhand side, 40-15. Couple of missed opportunities here in this service game for Jelena. Goes down the tee. And it's an ace. I barely caught that in the shadow, and Jelena too. So it's 2-love. Coco races into a significant advantage at the beginning of this match. For me, from now on, really, the US Open women's side is a win, win, win. I mean, to see Jelena go on and win her second Grand Slam here would just be sensational. Coco to get over the line and win her first while still being a teenager. Just incredible story that would be. The world number 1 and probably the lights out tennis peak best player in the world and of the year, as the stats suggest. I don't mean Von Drusova. I do mean Arina Sabalenka. That would be a cool story too. That is not a very good drop shot, Jelena, though. 15-all. Maybe she was burnt by some of those winners that she was attempting earlier, outright winners. And as a result, didn't quite have the confidence to do it again. Madison Keys, what a story that would be, by the way. I mean, that would arguably be the best one of the lot, just in terms of, where she's at in her career and probably the surprise. And Ostapenko goes wide on the forehand again. She can't believe it. She's creating openings, but she's walking through the wrong door. I don't even know if that works as a metaphor. Okay, Ostapenko to serve, 15-30. 8 minutes just on the clock, and we're almost, or possibly another third game. It's going to be a second serve here for Coco to look at. Coco return on the backhand side for both players. Now it's the forehand of Jelena. Forehand Coco. Forehand Jelena's pretty big, but good defense from Coco. Jelena had to bend down, and now she's put a forehand into the net. She cannot believe what is going on. She cannot believe it. She's creating opportunities. But it's not working right now. 15-40. By the way, Mukova, if she got over the line, I'd be delighted, especially after her, being a breakup in the third against Iga earlier on this year in Paris. And Jelena goes long on the backhand side. Nothing is going right now. And Coco Gauff has a 3-love and double break advantage. Let's dip into the video that Anastasia has made looking back on yesterday's action at the US Open. Let's dip into that right now.
The US Open was the start of a heat wave we'll be getting here over the next few days, and it was hot. The juniors are now playing on the outside courts, and I started with Darwin Blanche playing his first round match against Charlie Camus. Both players are left-handed, and it was an interesting watch. A brief rain delay moved me inside, but Darwin won the match in the end. Up next was Marketa Vondrousova versus Peyton Stearns. Stearns came out firing and took the first set. Marketa looked to be struggling physically, but showed her experience and came back to win the next 2 sets. She is into the quarterfinals. Next was Rublev versus Draper. It's really nice seeing Draper back playing well, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the year holds for him. Rublev was his usual tortured self, which can be hard to watch at times, but he pushed past that to get into another quarterfinals. My surprise of the day was the third match on Armstrong. I have never watched Jeanne play, and she came out of the blocks hot, really aggressive, and even though she struggled to serve out the match, she definitely has a new fan in me. It was another packed day on the grounds as I started my last match, which was between Alex de Minaur and Daniil Medvedev. I thought we might be getting a repeat of their Toronto match, but Alex lost steam and Daniil took control to win the match. My time at Louis Armstrong is now over. Up next, Ash for the rest of the tournament.
Hello, there we are. It'll be interesting to know if Anastasia's on Ash right now watching this very comfortable beginning as Coco hits a backhand winner to go 30-love out. Be very interesting to know if she's there right now to see all this. Hey, I haven't seen a lot of Daniil in this tournament, actually. So I haven't been able to analyze his socks, but I'll be keeping an eye out. I love Daniil Medvedev. It was another brilliant piece. I love the bit about Andrei Rublev. That made me chuckle. Okay, second serve here for Ostapenko. Time to get going now, Ostapenko. You get a break here, and you never know. You go 4-love down. Oh dear, Jelena and the backhand into the net and 40-love. I'm guessing that means Sabalenka. Well, I did tip her. Okay. I mean, I backed her to win. I don't mean I gave her a tip as in like someone in a restaurant. Oh, Jelena getting a net cord there. Very lucky. 40-15. Deary me. Yes, Ghosty, and it'll be if it does happen again, it'll also be another quarterfinal defeat as Ostapenko goes wild and wide. 4-love, Coco Gauff leads. And this set feels like it's done. Okay, those of you just tuning in, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new on YouTube. But you could also hit the like button on Facebook if that's where you are, and just come in the live chat if you're watching on Twitch. Forehand return. That's a nice backhand winner from Ostapenko. To say this is a must-hold is a masterpiece of understatement. By the way, can you hear the dental work that I had done today? I'm sure you can. I'm sure there'll be some kind people in the chat will say, oh no, we don't even notice it. Oh, dearie me. I don't know whether Ostapenko's had any dental work or just some other enamel. That doesn't work, John. Doesn't work. She needs to brush up on her tennis anyway. Let's do that for now. Backhand return, forehand from Ostapenko. I think that's long. Oh no, it's a winner. Sorry, the shade deceived me. Boom or bust, Matthew, but it is why we enjoy. Hey, Max. Ghosty, you're too kind. Boom or bust, and that time it was bust from Ostapenko. She goes wide down the line, 30 all. Second serve here for Gauff to look at. Forehand return. Ostapenko is showing nothing like the accuracy with which she was showing against Swiatek. And it's 30-40. Do we have a bagel en route? I fear we might. Backhand return. Backhand Ostapenko. Forehand. Backhand down the line from Ostapenko. Forehand Ostapenko to the backhand of Coco. Drop shot. Now Coco comes in on the forehand and she puts it away. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Paula Badosa gave us a few clues earlier this year on what she thought was the best way to beat Coco Gauff. Let's listen to that right now. A couple of days ago, we asked you about the tactic and what it would be against Coco.
Now you know.
I think so, yeah. I think so. I mean, I'm thinking it's just to give her as many forehands as possible.
Yeah.
and I was thinking, as I was watching, I was thinking it's not really attack the forehand, no. It's give the forehand, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, she's a very good, she plays amazing when she's defending. She's very fast, she has crazy backhand, very good serve, especially first serves. I just try to return her every ball to make her play one more. Sometimes when she feels she doesn't have like 3 points on the serve, she starts to serve a little bit worse. And of course, going more to her forehand, most because of her backhand is very good. And when you have like the spot there, you just go there. But I just try to go to her forehand, and yet sometimes just give it to her and make her like do more.
That was earlier on this year in Madrid, and the European summer season for Coco feels a long time ago. Bearing in mind where Coco was in this period, obviously culminating in a first round loss at Wimbledon. I mean, that's just 8 weeks ago. Incredible. Since then, we've had Washington, we've had winning in Cincinnati. Where did she get to in Montreal, by the way? What round did she get to there? Somebody in the live chat can let me know because I need to get back to the match. Indeed, Ghosty. Okay. Backhand return from Ostapenko. Forehand Coco. Giving it to the backhand now of Coco. And she's gone long because she was on the defensive there. Love 15. Ghosty is part of the reason we like Jelena so much as well. I mean, we want her to, you know, hit winners, but that's why we like her. We like the high-risk stuff. Don't ever change. Coco goes down the tee with that first serve that Paula Badosa was referencing, and it is 15 all. Yeah, it will, Sean. But I don't... Listen, even Brad would have to be on a stretch to claim this performance, I think, in terms of the influence over the opponent. And she'll always have that French Open win. You know, I largely defend Emma as well on this front, Emma Raducanu. I know a lot of people are critical of her, and sometimes rightly, in terms of the chaos, in terms of the coaching situation, but she's won a Grand Slam. Oh, Ostapenko, 30-15. Look at that face. She doesn't understand what's going wrong. I mean, it's all about the execution. I sound like Brad, don't I? Brad Gilbert. Yeah. What was Brad saying the other day? Make it physical. And she just did the opposite. Oakley dokley. So, Coco. Forehand return. Oh my goodness me. Jelena just wants out there right now. She just wants to get out of this set. That's what she wants anyway. 40-15, and we've got 2 set points. For Coco Gauff. Where's she going with this serve? Backhand return from Jelena. And Jelena's not running for that. No way am I running for that. Not a 40-15, 5 love. 20 minutes. Indeed, Ghosty. Exactly 20 minutes. And listen, we need the dulcet tones of Anastasia just to take a quick breather.
The US Open was the start of the heat wave we'll be getting here over the next few days, and it was hot. The juniors are now playing on the outside courts, and I started with Darwin Blanche playing his first round match against Charlie Camus. Both players are left-handed, and it was an interesting watch. A brief rain delay moved me inside, but Darwin won the match in the end. Up next was Marketa Vondrousova versus Peyton Stearns. Stearns came out firing and took the first set. Marketa looked to be struggling physically, but showed her experience and came back to win the next 2 sets. She is into the quarterfinals. Next was Rublev versus Draper. It's really nice seeing Draper back playing well, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the year holds for him. Rublev was his usual tortured self, which can be hard to watch at times, but he pushed past that to get into another quarterfinals. My surprise of the day was the 3rd match on Armstrong. I have never watched Jeanne play, and she came out of the blocks hot. Really aggressive, and even though she struggled to serve out the match, she definitely has a new fan in me. It was another packed day on the grounds as I started my last match, which was between Alex de Minaur and Daniil Medvedev. I thought we might be getting a repeat of their Toronto match, but Alex lost steam and Daniil took control to win the match. My time at Louis Armstrong is now over. Up next, Ash for the rest of the tournament.
So, Ash is where we are right now. And where is Jelena Ostapenko at right now? Discuss. Let's have a look at the predictor, by the way. Unsurprisingly, it has swung heavily in Coco's favor. I'm probably going to bring this poll to an end now at 67.33. So you have 10 seconds in which to vote on this poll. Talking of polls, Damien will join us at the end of the match to share his thoughts on Ostapenko Gauff. And Nick will be bringing us Taylor Fritz against Novak Djokovic. So, yeah. Damien will do Shelton against Tiafoe. And I think I'll be doing Castella against Mukova. Okay. Bringing that poll to an end. And here we go for the second set. Ostapenko to serve. Hey, Isabel. Brilliant that you're on, Ash. I don't know how exciting, Isabel, this match is for you right now. Are you as frustrated as Ostapenko, or are you pleased to be watching potential history with Coco Gauff here at the US Open? By the way, I do think it's quite at the right time to mention the age of US Open winners in recent years, because I think it may apply to Coco Gauff in particular, because just listen to these last few years of winning the US Open. In 2022, so last year, I could just say last year, you get the idea, right? Swiatek, 21. Raducanu, 18. Osaka, 22. Bianca Andreescu, 19. Naomi Osaka, 20. Sloane Stephens, 24. No one over the age of 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, has won the US Open since 2016, so 7 years ago. Coco Gauff, of course, I think she's 19. Am I right with that? Yep, 19. She turned 19 in March. Okay, Ostapenko, 15 on her serve. Of course, it all went wrong for her in that last set in the opening game. Spraying the unforced errors. I don't even remember a deuce yet, do you? Ostapenko goes long on the backhand. Again, she looks towards her team. It's one of those days at the moment for Jelena. But she is streaky. She is streaky. I'm guessing that's her mother. You can see the likeness, right? Okay. 15:30. That shadow is a bit annoying. Maybe for the players too. As Ostapenko nets, and it's 15:40. For those of you who are tuning in, and on Ash, for example, I'll be interested to know what you're thinking of this match. I can see Isabel sharing her thoughts there about Coco and all that. Matthew, you're not happy, are you? Listen, long way to go yet. Long way to go. I mean, it's just one set to love. You turn some of these crazy shots into winners, and but the problem is, I think mentally it's taking its toll right now on her. Nice one. 30-40. I want to get on the board. Get on the board, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay. That serve was a little on the wild side. At least we got 7 minutes more so far. So we're at 27 now. Backhand return. Forehand from her. Drop shot from Coco. And it's too good. It's too good. One love, Coco Gauff. So, Coco Gauff's age would at least fit in that thing. Let's have a quick look at some of the other contenders. How old is Sabalenka right now? 25. So she would be older than this bunch. Mukova, I feel, is about the same age. Mukova, 27. Okay. And Madison Keys, of course, I think is older. 28, Madison Keys. The right-hander. Peaking at number 7 in the world in 2016, and she's currently number 17. But the further she goes in this tournament, of course, she may reach the top 10 once again. Her best Grand Slam appearance, of course, was the final in 2017, that final against Sloane Stephens that I was just touching upon. But she's been consistent across all the slams. I mean, 2 quarterfinals at Wimbledon, semi-final at the French Open, semi-final in Australia on 2 occasions as well. And she's having a pretty solid second half of the year. Oh, double fault, Coco Gauff. Second serve here. That was close to the line. Close, but no cigar. Backhand return from Ostapenko is big, but not big enough. But that backhand down the line is big enough. Love 30. This is what we came to see. So the winner of this will play Mukova or Kostya. And then, of course, on the other side will be Sabalenka. There's Sabalenka against Zheng. Sabalenka Zheng, the winner of that will play the winner of Madison Keys and someone else. Oh, Vondrousova. Okay, Coco, second serve here, 15-30. Decent return from Ostapenko. She's going to have to do more, though, on the backhand there. And Coco nets, 15-40. We've got 2 break points. Yes, indeed. I agree. For those of you just tuning in, make sure you hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Backhand return Ostapenko, forehand Coco, backhand Ostapenko, going into the backhand of Coco. She's got to get that to the forehand, though. Forehand Coco nets. There we go. What did I tell you? So what did Paolo Badosa tell us? 1 game all. We've avoided the bagel at the very least. And bring it on. Here we go. Semi-final starts now. She's on the board indeed, Ghosty. She's on the board. Okay, they're into the rally here. Coco's on the forehand. Now the backhand of Jelena. The thing is, she loves going... Oh, there we go. I was just about to say she loves that cross-court backhand as she goes for it down the line and nets. Love 15. Okay, love 15 here. Coco to return. Down the tee, forehand return from Coco. Backhand Coco goes long, 15 all. 15 all. Backhand return from Coco. Backhand from Ostapenko. Backhand Coco. Oh, nice backhand winner there, Jelena. Now, that's what she's been trying to do all match, and it worked. Backhand winners in this set now. She's on 2, and Coco's yet to hit one. Forehand Ostapenko into the forehand of Coco. Forehand Ostapenko. And it's a winner, 40-15. So, 2 game points for Jelena. Forehand return from Coco's really good, though. It's a forehand return winner from Coco Gauff. 40-30. Okay, still game point here for Jelena. Backhand return from Coco's too good. We're at deuce. Deuce, ladies and gentlemen. Coco's second return winner in this set. And now it's Coco who nets. And we have another game point, the third one for here for Jelena Ostapenko. Yeah. Tis tennis. Tis tennis. Okay, first serve into the net. Backhand return from Coco. Backhand now to backhand. Forehand from Ostapenko is another unforced error, and we're at deuce. First serve into the net. Backhand return from Coco. Backhand down from Ostapenko. It's nice and flat, that backhand. That's a good backhand down the line, but it's not enough to win the point. Backhand driving shot. Now she's got a sort of drive volley. Now she's got another difficult volley. Wow. Jelena Ostapenko, take a bow. It must have been quite dispiriting and discouraging for her. Every time she thought she was hitting a winner, the defense from Coco was really good. And it must have been like tough. So that made that volley all the more difficult. But she kept her cool, she kept her poise, and she kept her eye on the ball. Advantage Ostapenko. Good first serve from Jelena, but still not bad return, Coco. Coco's in this rally, and Ostapenko errs into the net. Deuce. Okay, Ostapenko to serve down the tee, but it's long. Coco return on the forehand. Backhand from Ostapenko. Backhand now of Ostapenko has gone long, so we've now got a break point for Coco Gauff. Another unforced error off the racket of Ostapenko. Gauff has won 4 out of 5 break points so far today. Ostapenko in the sun, probably finding it a little bit difficult to serve, I imagine. Second serve here for Coco to look at. Backhand return from Coco is too good, and she breaks serve for 2-1. Oh dear, Jelena Ostapenko. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Indeed. As we await a Coco Gauff serve, Ostapenko will be desperate to get back on serve ASAP. Let's have a quick look to see how many subscribers we are on now. Are we over 2,900 subscribers yet? We must be getting close. Not quite, yeah. 2883. So, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Ostapenko wins the first point on the Coco serve, but not the second, because Coco is just aced down the middle. 2 games to 1, 15 all. I'm more leaning towards the Ostapenko unforced errors. I don't think Coco has had to do a lot. She's kept her nerve, but listen, Ostapenko has only once, I think, in the entire match won 3 points in a game or more. You know, she wasn't even in that first set when she lost 6-love. She wasn't getting to deuce and losing narrow games. But she's on the offensive here, 15-30. Yes, you hear the police. And I don't mean Sting and Stuart Copeland. For our older viewers, that one. $15.30 here on the Ostapenko serve. Also on the Coco serve. Backhand return. Forehand Coco. And is that a winner? It is from Coco Gauff. 30 all. Okay, first serve into the net from Coco. Second serve here into the net as well. So it's a double fault from Coco Gauff. And we have got another game where Ostapenko has reached 40. so to speak. 3 points on her opponent's serve. Last time she did so, she won the game. She's yet to hold serve, I think, Ostapenko, in this entire match, because the only game that she's won was on the Coco serve. It's an ace from Coco Gauff, saving a break point. By the way, I'm just going to post in the live chat the opportunity to become a member. I'm now going to pin that message as well. Become a member of the Talking Tennis community, and you can enjoy perks such as exclusive footage. Just for you guys. Backhand Ostapenko, forehand Coco is wide and long. So Ostapenko's going to have another break point. I see we're on 10 likes so far. Come on, we need to get to 20 likes as soon as possible. So hit the like button, please. If you are watching on YouTube or on Facebook, it's just below the screen. And as is the join button, it's also just below as well. You can click join and become a member of the Talking Tennis community. Okay, Coco Gauff to the backhand of Ostapenko. Backhand Coco. Forehand now to forehand. Oh, Ostapenko. Pulling a funny face there, Deuce. Indeed, Ghosty. Clips the net and goes long. So it's a second serve for Jelena to look at here. I would appreciate a third set as well. Backhand return is long and wide. And the hands are on the hips from Jelena. Game point, Coco Gauff. I see we're at 11 likes now. That's not bad, but 20 is better. Clips the net and lands back on her side. So it's a second serve here for Ostapenko to look at. Forehand return is long. Coco Gauff holds serve. She leads by 1 set and 3 games to 1. Feels like a long, long way to Tipperary right now. No, a long way back for Jelena Ostapenko. She will serve here 1-3. You can see the likeness in the mother, right? I assume it's the mother. Could be an auntie. Could be a sister. Okay, second serve here for Ostapenko to give to Coco. And it's long. It's a double fault just to add to the unforced error count. I'm sure my friend Ghosty is going to let us know about those unforced errors very shortly. Forehand return from Coco. Forehand Ostapenko. Forehand Coco is wide, 15 all. Okay, backhand return. Backhand to backhand now. Good defense there, Coco. Nice forehand winner, though, from Ostapenko, close to the net. (30-15) as she tries to hold serve for the first time in the match. Ooh, is that a winner or is that out from Ostapenko? It's a winner. Nice one. 40-15. 2 game points That was a close call. A fourth forehand winner of the set, hitting the line. .23 from Coco Gauff. It's still 5 from Gauff. I mean, that's quite impressive, I guess. Forehand into the net. Ostapenko holds serve for the first time in the match. So, nice one, Jelena. Yeah, well done, Jelena. Let's dip into Nick's power rankings ahead of the tournament, and let's see where Coco and Jelena, or if Coco and Jelena, featured. And we are back. Coco Gauff is to serve. 23 unforced errors off the racket of Ostapenko and just 5 from Coco in this match so far. Coco Gauff is up a set and a break as she attempts to reach her first US Open semi-final. Of course, she was in the quarterfinals a year ago, but she's come a long way since then. 7-6-4-2. Yeah. I don't contest the first 8, to be honest with you. I don't even really contest the order either. Maybe Ons at 8 was a bit harsh, but honestly, it's fine. That first 8 for me is pretty solid. It's the final 2, and in particular, Zachary at 9. Oh, double fault from Coco Gauff. Love 15. We're going to be bringing you, by the way, every single match today. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, all that stuff. Share, not the singer. Share. I want to make that clear. As in, like, hand around, show the love. Sharing is caring and all that. Good return there from Ostapenko. Backhand. Good depth there from Jelena. Forehand Ostapenko to the forehand of Coco. Now it's on the backhand of Coco, and it lands out. So we have love 30, ladies and gentlemen. Jelena's not going away just yet. Keep going, Coco. Somebody's wearing a shirt in the crowd. Second serve here. Forehand return is long from Ostapenko. Very long. 15-30. Also, if you're interested in Taylor Fritz, Ben Shelton, we have that, of course, on the show as well. Sorry. Ben Shelton, Francis Tiafoe. We're bringing that. Damien will be bringing that one to us later. Maybe me as well, if I can stay awake. Forehand return from Jelena is long. Long, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Coco Gauff to serve. Block return there. Now it's Coco coming into the net. Now it's Ostapenko going for the lob. Oh, wow. I was surprised by that choice selection. I thought she'd go for a pass there. She went for the lob, and it worked. It worked. Dare I say, with aplomb. Nice one. Hey, Peaches. Hit the like button, please. We need to get to 20 likes as soon as possible. Okay, backhand return. Now it's on the backhand of Coco. Backhand, nice flat backhand, that one from Ostapenko, but that's not the kind of flat backhand you want to be hitting into the net. Deuce 3-2. Forehand return, forehand drop shot from Coco. Well, sort of forehand, slice forehand, I should say. And Ostapenko goes wide, so it's advantage Coco. Forehand return is pretty good from Ostapenko, but the defense from Coco, forcing the error. Well, it wasn't forced, but maybe unnerving Jelena, and it is now 4-2 Coco Gauff. Wow. Hey, Max. Hey, Jake. What are you thinking of this match so far? All of you, let me know in the live chat. And also, by the way, don't forget to click that like button, please. 4-2, I should say 2-4, Ostapenko serving. And down a set. Okay. Great, Nerlan. I'm very pleased. You came back to hit the like button, no doubt. Backhand return. Backhand Ostapenko. Now it's on the forehand of Ostapenko, but she goes into the net. It is becoming a bit of a dud, I agree, Ghosty. Nerlan is back, yeah. But his appearances are very fleeting these days. He doesn't love the channel like he used to. Down the tee, but wide. Love 15. Backhand return from Coco goes into the net. She'll be disappointed with that second serve return into the net. So it's 15 all. Hellos all round, high fives, fist bumps and all that. Clips the net and goes long. So it's a second serve here for Coco to look at. Backhand return from Coco. Forehand now to forehand. Backhand Jelena. Not bad depth there from Jelena. Now she's going a bit bigger on that backhand, but again, Coco is equal to it. Now it's forehand to forehand. Now it's on the backhand of Coco. Coco's so good on the defense. A net cord there for... Oh! That goes down as an unforced error for Coco. We saw how few that she'd hit through the first set and a half. She was at like 5 unforced errors a couple of games ago, but that has to go down as an unforced error. Albeit, of course, Jelena was aided by that net call, but that was the Coco Gauff forehand that we know can happen. An apology there from Jelena. 30-15. Remember, Jelena's served just once so far in this match. Backhand return from Coco. And now it's Jelena going long, 30 all. Got to keep your composure here, Jelena. You're not famous for that, I know. Okay, Ostapenko to serve, 30 all. Backhand return from Coco is pretty good. And Ostapenko goes long on the forehand. We've said that many times today. 30-40 now. Break point, Coco Gauff. What's going on in the chat? Big up, John. Thank you, Cedric. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Down the tee, forehand return from Coco. Just makes it over. And Ostapenko, you need to cover your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. This is turning into a horror movie. 5-2. Listen, we're going to bring you Taylor Fritz against Novak Djokovic in a little while. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and just let's have a quick dip into some stats and facts regarding Djokovic Fritz.
Ready? Play.
Novak Djokovic meets Taylor Fritz in the quarterfinals at the US Open. It is the 8th meeting between the two top 10 players, with Djokovic prevailing on each of the other previous 7 occasions. Their most recent meeting came in Cincinnati, with the soon-to-be world number 1 dropping just 4 games en route to victory. In New York, Djokovic is pursuing a 24th Grand Slam title and his 4th US Open title overall, while Taylor Fritz is aiming for his first major semi-final. Djokovic has beaten Alexandre Müller, Bernabe, Zapata, Morales, Les Lauger, and Borna Goyo so far in New York, dropping 2 sets en route, both of which came to Les Lauger. Fritz, meanwhile, has yet to drop a set in the Big Apple, racing past Steve Johnson, Juan Pablo Varillas, and Jakub Mensik before overcoming Dominik Stricker. Fritz is now into the final 8 at the US Open for the first time. In 7 previous appearances in the main draw at Flushing Meadows, the top-ranked American had never reached the 4th round, let alone the quarters. On his 8th try, Fritz would not be denied, beating Dominik Stricker 7-6, 6-4, 6-4. Novak Djokovic defeated Croatian qualifier Borna Goyo in the 4th round of the US Open 6-2, 7-5, 6-4 for his 85th career win at the last Grand Slam tournament of the year. In doing so, he now becomes the only player with 85 or more wins at each of the Grand Slams on tour. His record in Australia is 89-8. At Roland Garros in Paris, it's 92-16, where he's lost more matches than he has at the other 3 slams. At Wimbledon, he's 92-11, and at the US Open, he's 85-13. The Fritz Djokovic quarterfinal will be second on ash, meaning it will be in the afternoon and possibly baking temperatures, perhaps favouring Fritz slightly more. However, I still expect the 36-year-old to prevail, possibly in 4 sets. Is there a spelling mistake there, Damien? Not sure. I thought the spelling was corrected. Anyway, 30 love Ostapenko on her serve. Sorry, love 30 on the Gauff serve, I should say. So there is a... Here comes the comeback, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Okay. Forehand return is good from Ostapenko. Forehand Ostapenko. Forehand Coco. Coco's defense today has been pretty cool. And Ostapenko's forehand has not been thus. $15.30 as Coco tries to serve this out for what would be a very comfortable win. Oh, nice serve, but maybe Ostapenko feels as though she could have done a bit better with that one. 30 all. Good first serve there from Coco. Forehand Coco. Now it's on the backhand of Coco to the backhand of Ostapenko, mixing it up to the forehand now of Coco. Stay on that Coco forehand if you can, but, well, you've gone long again, Jelena. It's high-risk stuff, and it is not paying off today. 1 hour, 4 minutes on the clock. Fortunately, we went over the hour mark, at least, from Jelena's point of view, and in terms of her pride, but there's not much left of this match potentially here. Match point. 6-love, 5-2, 40, 30. Coco Gauff serving. Where are you going to go with this one? You are going into the body. It's a cultured return. It does land in. Coco on the forehand. Takes it cautiously, I believe. Now Coco goes long. That was an interesting return of serve from Ostapenko. It was a good serve, to be fair, from Coco into the body. Not much Ostapenko could do more than just get a bat on it and hope it lands in. It did land in. It landed in as well for Coco to hit a forehand, which is also not bad from Ostapenko's point of view. That's another good first serve from Coco. And it's match point again. Advantage Coco Gauff. Oh. Wide on the first serve. Forehand return. Not bad. Deuce. Forehand return. Nope. Nope. Oh, we've got 50 people tuning in. Nice. Please hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe as we head towards 3,000 subscribers. Deuce. Goes long. No, does she? No, she doesn't. We're into the rally here. Is Ostapenko sensing blood? Ooh, a little clip there for... Oh, Coco. Bit lucky there with that net cord. And we have another match point to the delight of Brad Gilbert. Whatever Brad is telling you right now, do the opposite. Okay, match point number 3. Coco Gauff to serve. Down the tee. No, I thought it was an ace for a second, but no. Second serve. Forehand return from Ostapenko. Forehand Ostapenko. Not bad from her, pushing Coco on the defense, but Coco's been really good on the defense today, to be fair. She's just defended long enough and then basically waited for an Ostapenko error. Ostapenko hitting the ball sweetly during this rally, to be fair. Nice backhand there, but Coco's equal to all of these shots so far. Oh, it's a winner from Coco Gauff. I didn't see that coming. I just saw Ostapenko freeze, probably knowing that she had no chance with that one. So, The match is done. Damien, just bring yourself in whenever you're ready, and we'll have a chat.
I am ready.
Cool. Is it as simple as some decent defense from Coco, solid, not too many unforced errors, and then let Ostapenko do the rest?
I was actually expecting that you were going to say, is it as simple as, Ostapenko throwing everything out? And I was going to say no, but then you added the Coco defense beat, and I think that's fine. That's that's actually a fine summary of the match then. Coco definitely is an incredible athlete. The way she was able to make Ostapenko play one more ball is impressive. We often say that, like, her, maybe Świątek also, whom Ostapenko played in the previous round, are like among the best movers on the tour. They are better at certain different things, right? They're not exactly the same when it comes to the footwork. And I think today, definitely we saw that, Świątek wouldn't be able to make Ostapenko play one more ball. Also didn't really try. She kind of tried to out-hit her. Whereas for Gauff, it was also, of course, easier because, Ostapenko just had a horrible day at the office. She's never had even a little bit of a plan B. She obviously she doesn't have that. We all know that. And she did well to work with like what Ostapenko threw at her. She didn't need to do more. There were some moments where she certainly could have served better, but Ostapenko missed like 7 second serve returns in a row. It felt like I'm probably not right with this. It was probably like 6 out of 7, 5 out of 6, but not something that she can really afford to do in a matchup where this is supposed to be one of her main strengths.
Of course, Coco is on a run now of 10 wins in a row, dating back, of course, to Cincinnati and going back to Canada before that. In fact, probably if you add Washington, it's probably like 1 loss in about 16 matches, which is pretty good. What do we make, though, of Coco just staying solid, not getting maybe distracted by other things? I mean, she obviously had 1 or 2 issues serving it out there. What a transformation, by the way, in Coco, compared to where we were at 6-8 weeks ago with her going out in the first round of Wimbledon. Is it just all the Brad Gilbert effect? Is it lots of other things going on? Is it Coco's forehand is not so bad right now? Is it a bit of everything?
Yeah, we chatted about this, and I said I remember that like she got a lot of confidence out of that US Open warm-up swing, and she's using it in a great way because she's using it to basically figure out whatever happens in her matches. If there were some issues like against Zygmunt when she was getting rushed, Zygmunt going to the net. If there was a match against Mertens where she just wasn't playing well. If there was a match against Wozniacki where there was like a lot of discussion between even her and her team, right? In terms of what she should do and how she should approach that matchup. She actually finds the right answer herself against Wozniacki. Today, she just does whatever was necessary. And I think this is maybe something that has not been seen, obviously coupled with the fact that the forehand is not as much of an issue as before. And that's how we've been seeing her do this. I think before the slam, on one of these shows here on the channel, I said that like there is a semi-slam final coming for Coco soon. I don't know if at the US Open. Turns out it is at the US Open. Since, of course, she kind of had it a bit easier with Świątek going out. But, even if she played Iga, she would have been a formidable foe for her, I think. And it's a shame we didn't get to see that much because it would have been more interesting.
I know. I saw 1 or 2 people in the live chat were kind of saying, "Oh, all that match against Iga for this." But that is kind of the deal with Ostapenko in a way. You take the glory, you love the big hitting and the shots that she makes, but you also know there's also a chance in the next round she's going to go out 0-2.
Yeah, that's exactly what we know of Ostapenko and what she can do. This was really a round that I think really exemplified her qualities as a player and her play style. The fact that she played 4 deciding sets to get to the quarterfinals, the fact that she had this match against Avanesian, right, where she led 5-2 in the second and third set. She ended up, of course, winning that, but it was like a huge thriller. The fact that she beat the world number 1, the fact that she was incredible in that third set, for example, and like just completely overwhelmed Świątek, and then goes out and loses a match where, she just comes out, has no rhythm, horrible day at the office. She's unable to finish off points also because of how well Gauff is defending. And then there's no plan B. But like that's something, as you said, that's something that we knew that was going to happen if something like that comes up, right? If she had like maybe even some semblance of a B game, she perhaps could have done something here, but she doesn't, and that's kind of the magic of Ostapenko as well. That's simply the characteristics, the traits of her playing style. That's what we, I guess, love or hate her for.
Yeah.
She's already won a slam, obviously, so she is doing something right, and obviously she's been a top player for years, even if not a top player per se, as in top 10 ranking for years. She is always there, lurking as a potential contender to go on a deep run when she manages to link a few good performances together. This run, I guess she had 1 or 2 great showings, maybe against Paulini, or definitely against Świątek. Then she won a couple of tougher matches, and yeah, today was just a big disappointment, but not for Coco Gauff, obviously.
Are you regretting changing your mind at the last minute from Coco to Iga in terms of your tip? Do you remember you said to me, didn't you? You said just on the eve of the tournament, I think you were going Coco, and then last minute in a bracket or somewhere else, you said.
But that was like when we were talking with someone else and we were picking our favorites. I basically said that there are 3 for me: Sabalenka, Gauff, and Świątek, and you can basically choose whichever. So yeah, that's how I felt. I basically did not have an edge for either player. Maybe for Gauff it was a little tougher because she potentially had to play both Świątek and Sabalenka. Obviously, Iga in the same sort of situation, but you would assume that for her it's not that much of an issue. Whereas for Gauff, you would assume it might be a bigger problem. But like for me, these were all basically interchangeable. Rybakina, I remember saying that like because of her health was not really a main favorite for me. It turned out that wasn't the health that eventually got her. And I did think, of course, Pegula was a little closer to these top 3 women, but yeah, all of them like basically interchangeable before the event for me. Right now, you kind of have to think of them as the 2 main favorites.
Yeah,
I mean Gauff and Sabalenka, of course, the ones that are still in the event.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that actually. I mean, so going into the semi-final, whoever Coco happens to face, but I would imagine Mulkova will be a bit of a bigger challenge than Kostaya. But whoever Coco faces, she's the favorite to reach the final now.
Obviously, yeah. It's not going to be a huge edge against Muchova. It's also an exciting matchup that I think we recently got, right, in the Cincinnati final. And yeah, just with the sort of ability that Gauff has recently been presenting to us, like of figuring things out, problem solving, you kind of have to trust her a bit more than Muchova. But, Muchova has so many tools at her disposal that it would be a fascinating match anyway. Sorana Kirsta making the semis, playing Coco Gauff, why not? I mean, she is definitely an underrated force. Maybe this time it turns into like an even bigger run. This is her second Grand Slam quarterfinal after 14 years, right? Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, that is crazy. 14 years apart. Yeah, I didn't even realize that until
Roland Garros 2009 was her big breakthrough. Then she also had in 2013 she had this final in Canada, I think, at the WTA 1000. Basically, always just around that top 50 ranking, and then potentially straight up going for a deep run if the opportunity presents itself, and it did here.
Indeed. All right, that's perfect, Damien. Our paths will be crossing again in a few hours from now. I think Shelton against Tiafoe is when we'll be seeing you again. But thanks for that little cameo, and speak to you soon.
No worries, see ya.
See ya. And for the rest of you, Tennis World, thank you for stopping by, and you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.